All right. Let's just do a quick recap here. So the last Epoch devs just posted a blog, and they're releasing like an entire year's worth of updates here, which we'll look at in a second. And they have a poll about their pinnacle content that they're about to release. I'll show you the poll in a second. But in this roadmap, the thing that I love the most that I'm seeing here, which I think this is really critical for all ARPGs. I just think it's the most important thing, is you'll notice in every single patch, there's endgame, which with the Harbingers and the Pinnacle boss. There's endgame, Primal Hunt. There's endgame, Monolith of Fate expansion, and probably the False Echoes are probably also endgame. And then new endgame bosses, and the skill sigils are probably another endgame thing to customize your skill tree. The thing is all these ARPGs are played cyclically, right? You play through the campaign on your first time, and then you do the end game, whatever they have, and then what's going to keep you coming back for more? Well, rehashing the exact same content in the exact same way only gets you so far, right? So the thing that I think drives ARPGs for everybody, a casual or a blaster, is what is the new stuff, or what are the seasonal powers. And the fact that they said in every single patch endgame is coming, I think it's critical for all players. I love these like random encounters that they're making in the new side zones. They're making new uniques. The only one thing here, I'm guessing this is campaign. It might be fun to play through one time, and people do value this. But the emphasis here on the end game is what's really giving me faith for Last Epoch's future. And we're getting the dodge roll mechanic, which I absolutely love. I love this. I love where you implement skill into your game. Using this at the right time, to me, is a skill. Transmog and die system, some people are going to love that, right? So that's what's coming. But now we have the poll where everybody can spam their thoughts on things, and everybody can argue about stuff. So they're going to release pinnacle bosses, and then the main idea that they're asking you is if they want to release the pinnacle boss for all game modes, meaning if you're playing on a season, or if you're playing off season, you don't care about making new characters, or even if you're playing an offline mode. But the problem is if they release these pinnacle bosses for everyone on day one, the offline characters, and of course you can do crazy things in offline, and the characters that are already fully powered off of the season are going to have a massive advantage to kill these bosses. They're going to have like godly characters that the seasonal people aren't going to have. So their first question is, what if they put in a delay before they release the pinnacle bosses to the other realms, so the seasonal people have a chance to make a character and try the boss? I mean, this isn't something that I would have thought of, but I think this is an excellent idea. Otherwise, no one's ever going to get a kill on the seasonal realm before the offline and the other people. They're just going to insta one-shot it with their god characters. So I think this delay is actually a great idea. So I strongly agree with that. Then they want, as a fail-safe, should they build in a time where if no one has killed a boss, that they should release it to the other modes? Here, and what's the longest amount of time that they should wait to release it if no one has killed it? I think the answer here is if no one can kill it on season, then you shouldn't release it. And I think there may be an error in the boss itself. The boss is too difficult mechanically, or the boss is literally bugged and we can't kill it. If no one in the world can kill it, I would wait until a single kill happens before it comes out. If they want to do, I don't think 48 hours is enough. If they wanted to go with either of these options, I think that would be fine as well. But if no one in the world has killed it on season, I don't know why you would release it. And I think you need to look at the boss again if no one has killed it. This is the question I don't have a strong opinion on. If they do delay it, What's the shortest amount of time after the pinnacle boss has been cleared before it unlocks for all game modes? So the first player that kills it, should it just unlock the next day? I'm fine with that. The first person that kills it, should other people have 3 days to try it and then it unlocks for everybody? I'm fine with that. I'm also fine with this answer. Always wait for a specific amount of time, no matter what. The reason why I think one of these two options is a better option is because this gets the community interested in who gets the first kill. It's probably going to be Ben if Ben plays it, but I think it's very cool to be interested and have something be affected by the play of the community rather than picking 1 week or 2 weeks. That doesn't get the community interested. The fourth question, don't have the strongest preference here. What specific game mode should be used to count the kill in order to unlock it? I think you could go with any game mode. I wouldn't really care. I think the one that makes the most sense to me, the game mode that people really consider the hardest game mode, the pure game mode of playing this, is hardcore SSF. So that would be fine. If they didn't pick that, I think just SSF makes sense as well. Don't have a super strong opinion on these two, whatever they want to go for, but I think hardcore solo, I guess, makes the most sense. And anyway, I just think it's so cool that EHG is actually asking us our opinion. And I think it's very brave of them. A lot of gaming companies don't do this, and I wish they would. They're essentially giving you patch ideas 1 year in advance. What gaming companies always say is they say, oh, if we give you patch notes that far in advance, if we change our minds about something, then you hate us for it and it's not worth it. Well, I can't just say that that's like not true at all. I think that is true to some extent, but it's balancing here. It's balancing the pros and the cons. I think the pros that you gain from involving the community and getting them excited about your future versus the cons if you have to change your mind, I think the pros vastly outweigh it, which is why it surprises me that more gaming companies don't do this. So I love that Last Epoch is doing this. I'm more excited about the game now that if you had just shown me this versus showing me all of this and involving me and involving the community and asking their opinions, you're engaging me more with your game. I think you are winning here. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. But I really like this post from Last Epoch. I'm more excited for the game now than I probably ever have been because it's endgame, 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 endgame.